Hello everyone, welcome to day 3 of my class to go. This week I'm featuring the Thankful Garden bundle. This bundle is so beautiful. I've had so much fun playing with it. We've already made 2 beautiful cards, and we're going to make another one today and another one tomorrow to complete our class to go. This bundle includes the stamp set, the dies, and the masks. We're using all of them on our cards this week. If you want to earn the class to go for free, earning is easy. All you need to do is shop in my online store. If your order is over $50, you're going to receive the class to go for free. That's all you need to do is just place an order over $50. You'll get the class to go for free. There are bonuses if your order is over $100 and $150 or $150 and $150 order as well. So make sure to check that out. Details are in the video description. You can also contact me, and details are on my blog, which is also linked in the video description as well. All right, day 1, we made this beautiful card. Thankful for you, friend. Beautiful. Yesterday we made this stunning card. Today we're making a fun fold card. This fun fold is always super popular, and this is probably my favorite card of the bunch. It is so gorgeous. So it opens like that. It is a stunner of a card. So we're gonna make this one today. So let me put these away, and we're gonna start with our card base this time. So I have taken, open this up so you can see. This is just a standard 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and I know it's not all gonna fit on the camera, but I hope you're gonna be able to see what I'm showing you here. So I have a 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock here, and I scored it in half at 4 1/4, and then I scored it in half at 5 1/2. And what that does is, and then after I scored it, I cut it in half diagonally from corner to corner diagonally, and then when you fold on them, it creates this beautiful card that that opens in such a fun and unique way. And I've made lots of these in the past. I've done these at classes, and this fun fold is always a huge hit, so I wanted to break it out for this one as well. So that's what we're going to make today. Now I have a couple of pieces of cardstock here that I have embossed with our mini corrugated embossing folder, and so we're going to stick those down first before we get started, just so we can get them out of the way. So I'm going to use some liquid glue for this, and the cardstock that I embossed was 4 by 5 1/4, so just a 1/4 inch smaller than our card base, and then I embossed it and then cut it in half diagonally, and that's going to give you these perfect size pieces for our card here. So I like to use liquid glue when I'm gluing these down because I want to be able to get right into the corners. Let me make sure I know which way this one is going, just like this. So we put the glue on in the right direction. So just a little bit of liquid glue, especially in the corners, and that will help everything stick. Okay, then down here, and then we have the base of our card. And it is going to be stunning. And this mini corrugated folder is fantastic. Your cardstock in your kit will come embossed, so you'll have that ready to go. And you can see how beautiful it is in person. It is just so stunning. One of my favorites for sure. Okay, so we're gonna set this aside and let's get started on our flowers. Now, as I've done in my other videos this week, I've already pre-stamped everything. Now this one, you're going to need to stamp 2 of this flower. You're going to need 2 of them, and I stamped them in Pretty Peacock. So let's pull in that that scrap paper and our tape here. So I'm going to tape this down just like this, and then we'll bring in our mask, and we will, the first time is always the hardest to line it up. Here it is. Always the hardest the very first time. There we go. And we'll tape that down as well. And I'm going to use my pen and just mark these. I like to mark it. I mean, it's a little helpful tool that Stampin' Up! Gives. It is optional, but I definitely, it helps me out for sure. So I like to do it. Okay, we're going to do some ink blending today with some Lost Lagoon and some Pretty Peacock. So I'm going to start with my Lost Lagoon. And again, just like yesterday, because this is the one we ink blended yesterday, I'm going to go with a lighter touch. Now, Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock are kind of bolder, deeper colors, so you don't need a lot to really saturate this. So a light hand is definitely needed for these. You don't want to go too heavy because then you're just going to kind of wash out your flower. And again, some light spots are nice. You don't have to saturate the whole thing as well. All right, that was mask number 1. We're going to bring out number 2 now. I think my Post-it tape is starting to lose its stick. that's okay. We'll make it work for this one. We'll get some new tape tomorrow. Okay. Oh, do I want to? No, I'm going to switch to Pretty Peacock now. So let me kind of wipe that off. Pretty Peacock's a darker color, so it'll be okay. Pretty Peacock. We're going to bring in that ink for mask number 2 and 3. And we're not doing the leaves for these either, so just masks 1, 2, and 3 for these. All right, a little bit more heavy-handed with this one, but I mean, it's a darker ink, so you don't have to go too heavy-handed because we are going to do another layer on top of this. So that's pretty good. You're going to get those lighter shades of Lost Lagoon in there, as well as those darker shades. All right, and then our final mask, number 3, we're going to bring that one in. Make sure that is lined up. Hard to tell when the camera is right in the way, but I think we're there. I think we're good. And I'll stick that down with the tape. And then this one, again, a little bit more heavy-handed. As you play with these masks, you'll learn to use them better. You'll learn to line them up better. You know, you can even just stamp a bunch of flowers and then just spend the day like making different colors, trying them out, trying different color combinations. What do you like best? What works better for you? Those kinds of things. The more you use the masks, the more you'll learn those little tips and tricks. Okay, that is it. Let's move our mask here, and we have our beautiful flower. Isn't that stunning? Just so nicely blended. All right, I'm gonna move my paper and my masks out of the way. I'll go run them under some water to clean them in just a minute. All right, we have our flower. Now again, you're gonna need 2 of these. And let's talk about the dies for just a second. So you're gonna cut it out with the flowers. With this big flower, you'll cut that one out. And then there's this funky little shape here. And you're like, well, what is that for? This one, you're gonna die cut just 3 of those flowers. And it's gonna be these bottom 3 down here. Just like that. It's going to cut those out. So what you're going to end up with is you're going to end up with this little piece here. So this is die cut directly from here, but you're going to end up with this piece, and you'll need 2 of these little pieces and then 1 of this piece, okay, for your card. I hope that makes sense. Let me get my dies back so we don't lose any dies. Put those back in my case. And so you will need, these are the 3 pieces you'll need. So you will still need to color 2 of them. And then out of 1 of them, you'll need this piece as well, this piece, and then this piece. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Hope you're with me. All right, let's do some stamping before we start assembling. So let me move these out of the way. We're going to pull in our Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock inks again. And I did forget to mention on the flowers too, I went back with the basic gray, just like we did in yesterday's card, and I stamped the centers of all of these before we die cut them. All right, Pretty Peacock, Lost Lagoon. We're going to stamp our greeting. This time we're going to do the with love and thanks. So I'm going to start with the with love, and we're going to do that one in Lost Lagoon in the lighter color. I'm going to do it off to the right, just like that. And then we'll bring in the and thanks. And that one's just going to go right below that, just in that darker color, just like that. You can do them both in the same color if you want. I like the kind of two-tone look. I think that looks very nice. And let's move all our inks before we make a big mess. All right. I've also die cut in advance some garden green leaves. You'll receive a piece of garden green to die cut your pieces. These are with the leaf and the die. All right, we're gonna start assembling this. Now I'm gonna add adhesive to the back of this left side over here, just so we can start adhering stuff to the back of this. So I'm gonna start with this piece, and let me grab some scissors. We just wanna cut off this leaf. We don't need that leaf. So we're just gonna cut that leaf off. And I'm going to just kind of line this up, just off to the side there. We just want those flowers to show in the background there. All right, I'm going to add a little bit more adhesive to the back of this piece that I just adhered down. We're going to stick one set of leaves going up this way, and we'll stick the other set of leaves going down in this direction. Okay. Now we are going to stick this onto our card, and when you open it, you're going to see the inside of the card. Right now, that looks like a hot mess, right? So you're going to get 2 circles die cut in your kit. We're going to sandwich them together just like this so that the inside is a little bit cleaner. We're going to use dimensionals for that, just to give us some extra dimension. So let's pop that up. So I'm just going to use 3 dimensionals here. Pop these up just like this. And then we'll just line up our circles together. And that way we have a nice clean image on the front and the back. So here's our front now, and here's our back now, nice and clean. Okay. All right, let's finish adding our flowers. I'm gonna pop up one of them onto the card with dimensionals, and then I'll put some adhesive on the back of this one just to let it lay flat. So this one's gonna go about right here. They're all gonna overlap each other a little bit, and this one will go just like that. And you can see the different colors, the different variations in the ink blending really help each one of those flowers really stand out. Okay, before we attach this to our card, we're going to add some of our embellishments. This time we're using the basic beige ones. I like the way that this color kind of coordinates with these flowers. It just really is very pretty. So we're just going to use 3 of them again. Now, if you want a full package of these neutral matte dots, all you need to do is place a $150 order in my online store for the class, and you will receive a full package of these dots. You will receive enough in your kit to create them if your order is under $150, but you'll receive that full package, so you have plenty left over. All right, beautiful, right? All right, now adhering this to our card, this is probably the hardest part because you don't want to add the adhesive over the whole thing because you'll glue the card shut. So I'm just going to add a few dimensionals. We're going to kind of eyeball where we want it, and we want it to be on the side that opens on the left. So I'm going to make sure that I have a couple dimensionals right in the center here, and then one kind of off to the side a little bit, and that should secure it enough to hold everything down. So we're going to just kind of line this up, make sure none of the leaves are kind of hanging over the edge, none of that. And we're just going to kind of press that down. It should only be adhered to this side so that your card can still open and close. Isn't that beautiful? I love this card. Definitely my favorite of the bunch this week, but tomorrow's card is just as gorgeous, so you don't want to miss tomorrow's card either. All right, guys, thanks again for joining me. If you have questions on the class to go, please let me know. Otherwise, you can get the class to go for free by shopping my online store. There's a link in the video description. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel so you never miss a video, and I'll be back tomorrow with our final day of the Thankful Garden class to go. Bye, guys.